Hey, have you thought about a move to North Idaho, but unsure if that's quite the place for you? Well, in this video, we're over here in Liberty Lake, Washington today. We're going to take a look at a few of the areas over here, see how it compares to Idaho, and maybe see if there's something over here that interests you. We'll drive through a few of the neighborhoods, look at a few different price points, and just see how it compares, and maybe we find something that works for you. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, go ahead, subscribe below, tap that bell. You know what to do, so you can be notified every time we talk about anything going on up here in North Idaho, and of course, Eastern Washington. Hi, I'm Reed Wilson with Living North Idaho Life. We get calls and texts every day from people just like you looking to make a move to North Idaho and, yes, the Eastern Washington Spokane area. So I'm a licensed real estate agent up here. Me and my team, we are licensed both in Idaho and Washington. And today we are going to talk a little bit about Liberty Lake. Liberty Lake is just right here on the next to the Idaho border. It actually sits a mile from the Idaho border. It's a small town. As you can see, it's got a big lake here behind me. It was first founded back in the late 1800s by a man named Liberty. Came down from Canada, and he started a mill system and kind of was one of the first homesteaders here in this area. Liberty Lake is a small town of around 13,000 people. And of course, this lake behind me allows for a lot of recreation of both water sports, if you like to water ski, boat, surf. There's also a lot of fishing. They do put some trout in here. It's got a lot of bass. It's got some perch. So there are some great advantages for fishing over here. I'm actually here in the city park, Liberty Lake Park. As you can see behind me, it's beautiful. It sits up here in the trees. There's a lot of walking paths back here behind me. People come up here and bike and hike. You can bring your dogs, and it's a great experience. This park back here is quite large. It's got, some playgrounds and barbecue areas, but of course, this lake is what draws a lot of the crowds. There is some camping up here by this area, so a lot of recreation. Some of the pros are that they do not have a state tax. Property is typically a little less expensive over here in Washington than you would see in Idaho, but they do have higher property tax. Gas was 75 cents more from when I came through Post Falls based on what I could get here in Liberty Lake. So let's go take a look and see if there's something out there that interests you. Our first property sits right in here in this condominium complex. This is a nice little complex right here. It sits across from the lake, but you can't really see the lake just because of the way the landscape is, and you got some properties across the street there. But this particular property is a condo, as you can tell. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, just over 1,300 square feet, priced out at $339,000. Now, there are some other condos in the area that pop up. I've seen them down in the low 200,000 range, and that's for something like a 1-bed, 1-bath or a 2-bed, 1-bath, a little smaller square footage, and then of course, depending on where you are in relationship to the lake, changes your price points, and of course, how nice, but it always comes down to location. So anyway, wanted to give you an idea of a nice little complex like this that sits up here in the trees, and we'll go on and take a look at another one. at this great little home right behind me here. It is priced right in at $499,000. It is a 3-bed, 2-bath, 2,155 square feet. And as you saw driving in, as you came in, we had the neighborhood view. We came right in between 2 golf courses. It actually, on this other side, backs up to the golf course. It's a little pocket community here in this little golfing area. So if you like to golf and you like these little bit newer communities, look how clean this is. Beautiful little area. You got the view of the mountains up behind me. Something like this, like I said, $499,000. Not a bad buy for over 2,100 square feet. Okay, got a beautiful home here that's priced in at $749,450. It is a 4-bed, 4-bath, just over 3,700 square feet. You can see it's got a 3-car garage, but it sits right here in this great neighborhood. Look at all these homes, beautifully taken care of. It's over here in this golfing community. So behind the homes here behind me, and on the other side is the golf course. This particular home does not run up to the golf course, but there are a lot of homes here that do. So if that's something you're looking for, it is available here in the area. And like I said, with 2 big golf courses right here, there's a lot of these communities that surround it. So just another one that might be of interest. This home here is priced in at $1,250,000. Kind of sits up here on the bench. It has a 5-bed, 4-bath, just over 5,700 square feet. You got views of the lake, you got views of the golf courses. Just kind of a really beautiful area. And a lot of nice homes up along this area. This is kind of more of the top of our price point we're going to talk about today. There certainly are homes that are priced in higher. You know, closer you get to the lake, you can get up into much higher price points than this, but it just kind of depends on what you're looking for. So keep us in mind. If we can help you out here in the Washington area, give us a call, shoot us a text. You know, whether you're moving in 2 weeks or 2 years, we're happy to help you out and help make a smooth transition for you.